Good morning. It is Wednesday. Welcome to your Lockdown Live number 27. 27 today. Good grief. Welcome to home radio listeners. Home radio can be accessed via Alexa. You just shout, "Enable Alexa, Home Radio UK." So if you have got Alexa going at the minute and I'm one live speaker, sorry. Today we're going to look at self-care really briefly. These are just like mini lockdown lives, little resources that we throw at you to be able to assist you in some way. Why self-care? Self-care because it feels like often, again, when I'm working with people, a lot of the stuff that I do in here is based on my experience of people in personal therapy and some of the themes that happen there. And self-care is usually bottom of the list. We're quite often good as humans at caring for other people, but when it comes to our self-care, not so good. So I just wanted to kind of look at it, what constitutes self-care, and look really briefly at why we don't do it. Let's look at why we don't do it firstly. Quite often the reason we don't practice self-care on ourselves as much as we do on other people is because we value other people more than we do ourselves. And it kind of sounds sad when you say that, doesn't it? But it is true. We quite often have a lot more value on other people, okay, and we don't see the value of caring for ourselves. Or the other side of that, this is historical, a little bit of cultural conditioning. It can be seen as selfish. And it's not, it's really not. That's something that's come from the past. It's something that people talk about. It's, oh, it's really selfish to, I don't know, to take yourself off to the bath or to want some time on your own, even if it's just like 15 minutes or 30 minutes during the day. But it is not selfish to want self-care. Okay, what constitutes self-care? There's all sorts of different things. It's like we look at sleep, we look at healthcare, we look at nutrition, we look at exercise, we look at physical intimacy, we look at stress reduction, personal boundaries, cognitive abilities, all of those areas. So if I look at I don't know, if I look at my sleep pattern and I want more sleep because we know that sleep is a baseline for everything we do during the day, then I am sending little messages to myself that I care about myself. If I consider my diet and eat more greens and drink more water, and less stimulants, then I am sending little messages to my body that I care about myself. Not only that I care about myself on like that's like on a mental basis, but we know that the greens and eating more fruit and nutritious food are also really good for the body. So it works, it's kind of multi-level. I thought this one was interesting when I was doing a bit of research earlier. Cognitive abilities. So cognitive is when our thinking patterns are in place. So when we are able to work something out or work out, I don't know, if you were designing something or you were trying to work out, I don't know, how to get the kids from A to B, and because of all of these different elements. So when we start thinking like that and we have to start working stuff out, then we go into our cognitive part of our brain and we have to like cognitively think about it. Think cogs, think how they move. Uh, if our cognitive abilities are improved, then our ability to think through little issues and little problems is easier. It's just easier. So I thought it was really interesting because if we do improve our cognitive ability, then all of a sudden our day becomes that little bit easier. And these lockdown lives are all about that. Anything we can offer in terms of allowing your day to be a little bit easier is where we're at. Uh, so how do we improve our cognitive abilities? We read more. We learn something new. If we learn something new, we force the mind into kind of new neural pathways, like learning a new language. It creates new neural pathways. It's not easy to say at this time of the morning. Things like reading and things like playing games that need concentration. You know, games like Sudoku or crosswords or anything that really requires us to think about what we're doing. All of those will spark the mind up. You know, I remember years ago there was a little game, and it had a brain trainer apps on it. But you can, I'm guessing now you can get apps on your phone for brain training, which will challenge you into new ways of thinking, which overall will help with your cognitive abilities and make your day just that little bit easier. But think about other things as well. Think about, are you getting enough sleep? Are you really looking after your health? Are you getting some exercise? Remember, don't be frightened by the word exercise. Exercise only means moving yourself more than you normally do. So going outside for a walk is exercise. As long as you push yourself a little bit further than you would normally walk, then we can class it as exercise. Stress reduction, the very basics on that one are, if you're worried about something and you can't change it, then let it go. You have to let it go, because honestly, when we hold something like that, it's like looking for a hot rock in my office. There's no hot rocks in here. It's like holding a hot rock, and it's burning you, and it's really burning you, and you're like, just let go, let go. No, because I have to worry about it, because if I worry about it, it makes me feel safe. No, it doesn't. Doesn't it? Just burns your hands. So let it go. If you're worried about something that you cannot change, and you know you cannot change it, then please let it go, because we're just carrying it around with us. Action for happiness calendar today is look for the good in someone, even when they frustrate you. Quite like it. Again, I recognize that it might be a little bit more difficult, because if we're frustrated at somebody, then actually we just want to be frustrated. But the reason that we look for good is because it's better for us, better for our mind than just being frustrated, because frustrated is not a very nice place to be in. Okay, so good one. That look for the good even when people frustrate you. So I challenge you with that one today. See if you can do that. Tonight we are going to be back between 7 and 8. 1 full hour of self-esteem. What is self-esteem? Where does it come from? Why do we need it? What's it all about? Let's look straight into the eyes of self-esteem. It's a subject that's often avoided in some ways. People don't like the word self-esteem, so I really want to pick it up and look at it. Full hour, great group of people, all sharing. I love Wellness Wednesdays, because it's all about the people that feed into the group. You don't have to feed in. You can just sit back and watch and take on the information that is delivered. And don't forget, you can share these feeds. If you feel that these feeds would benefit anybody, or you want to just pass them out, then for me, these are like little pockets of love that we pass out, because right now everybody is struggling a little bit. I haven't met one person that isn't struggling in some way. So please pass them out to the people that you feel that might benefit from them. Okay? So self-care, why does it not come naturally to us? Because we often have low self-esteem or low self-value. What does it constitute? We're looking at things like sleep, healthcare, nutrition, exercise, stress reduction, personal boundaries, cognitive abilities. If you want to improve your cognitive abilities, then you're going to read more, play puzzle type games, and learn something new, because all of that is going to improve you. Okay, if I'm not covering subjects that you want me to cover, then please let me know, and I will do my damnedest to cover anything you want to know. The Wellness Wednesdays, the hours that I do later on today, and these little poppets of 8-9 minutes in the morning are all for you. And honestly, I want you to feed in and say, can you cover this? Can you look at that? We're struggling with this. I won't mention your name. It will be completely confidential. Just drop it into my personal feed under Guthrie Therapist Home Facebook page. I won't mention your name, because that's not what I would do. But I would use the subject, because I promise you, if you're struggling with something like that, then other people are struggling with it as well. Okay, it's very rarely unique to us in some way. Okay, I will be back tomorrow at 8:15. Yep, I think I'll be back tomorrow at 8:15. There's nothing in my diary, and I will be back this evening at 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Please be kind to one another, but be really, really kind to yourself today and every day, okay? Because you are worth it, as that great big brand once said. Okay, take care, peace and love to everybody, and bye-bye.